He's got the first down quitting inside the 45. Fighting Lions all the way down to the 42-yard line. Tyrone Wheatley, the battering ram, has a Raider first down. Just then inside the Lion 30, play action bootleg. Gannon's got room to go, 25-20, and he steps out of bounds. The Raiders first down on the 15-yard line. Touchdown Raiders. Randy Jordan blocked it. It's a touchdown for the Raiders. Randy Jordan does it again.
All right, everybody. How you doing? Captain Jack here. Was bound and determined that I was going to have a show. And for those that were that looked last night, I see I got to do a little bit of tweaking to the cameras. Make sure we get that taken care of right now. There we go. Now you don't have that second camera in the background. Again, normally I'm not on during the day. In fact, I actually have to do a report for work. I just got a text from one of my bosses. So this will be I want to say a shorter version. By the way, if you are watching on YouTube, you got the best video. I'm looking at it right now. It is clear as day. Trust me, it is clear as day. If you're watching on Facebook, and I was watching that as well, it's a little blurry as far as let me confirm that. Move out here. Yeah, it's a lot blurrier. It's a lot blurrier. I'm not sure what but here's the thing. Here's the thing. At least now, it's coming out. You can see, and trust me, I am not bullshitting you. I am not bullshitting you. If you go to YouTube, it's clear as hell. Clear as hell. Because I'm looking at it right now. I'm watching the YouTube feed. And then I pop over to Facebook. And yeah, you can see the number and you can see the camera, but it's not as clear. It's not as clear. I don't know, Don, what was wrong. What I did was, and it like I said, it works for YouTube. It works for YouTube. The reception that's coming out is very clear for YouTube. Good morning, Sarah, and then we want to say hello to everybody here. We got Joe Jean-Pierre, who is over in Europe again. Don Raider Webb is on both sides, and he will tell you when he's on Facebook. He would tell you how clear it is on YouTube. And hopefully at least the sound is better too. Jean-Francois Chauvin, Fred Lujan, Hector Figueroa, Larry Maston, Dave Bradford, thanks again, and Bob Darr. Here's where I'm going to have to try to figure out. You can see the channel on Facebook where it says youtube.com. You can see that. But it's not as clear. It's not as clear as YouTube. Trust me. Nate Peterman signed. Well, you always need a quarterback. And the one thing about Gruden is that he likes Peterman. He does like Peterman. So we have at least three quarterbacks. Signed right now. We got Carr, obviously. We got Mariota signed. And then we have Peterman. Okay. There's a little bit of a buffer on YouTube. Little bit of a buffer. So, but trust me, if you're watching, in fact, if you're watching on YouTube, I want you to tell me via the chat if the buffering is bad. I'm like I said, at least here, the picture is available. Okay, I'm looking at Facebook as well. Uh, there's a bit of a buffering on Facebook as well. It's the best I can do. It's the best I can do because again, the last two times I've had a show, there was, and I think Ed Winchell was saying it looked like an acid trip because of the lag that was there. It was horrible. So if you can, please go over, just hit the link. Actually, I will try. I will try to put the. That's one thing I'm going to do. Is and get it. In fact, on YouTube, it actually says this is from yesterday. Because I have to update that. I'll do it later. But I figured I would at least get that done. Okay, so Kaiser, huh? Yeah, Deshaun Kaiser, man, God, I'd rather have Peterman than Kaiser. Peterman showed more of potential than Kaiser did last year. But as you can see, wait a second. Let me put my phone on. We'll get that done. We'll do Google Voice. So if I can find it, hang on here. Okay, and I got my. Oh shoot. Yep, I said. Let me answer this. Okay, I let him know. Again, for all of those people that had watched the show and realized that I've had a lot of technical issues. I've had a lot of technical issues, and let me see so the sound is on. There you go. You heard that. So the sound is on. Like I said, the YouTube is on. Oh, stumbling early. Well, I wanted to see. I wanted to put out something, and I'm going to do this tonight too. I will put out a show tonight. So you guys that are here are getting an opportunity. I just wanted to see what the output was, and yeah, we'll have call-ins. If you're here, give me a thumbs up. If you're over there on Facebook, please get over to YouTube. Trust me, I'm not bullshitting you. Don Webb is on both. Okay, Don Webb is on both. Don, please tell them what the reception is like on YouTube, and it is free to subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Okay. Thank you, Stumbling. Hopefully you did it down there in below the screen too, where you have the thumbs up, thumbs down. I always get a thumbs down. Somebody doesn't like me, but oh well. At least that they're still watching. So yeah, I have my phone available. Let's see here. Yeah, the phone is available. So if you want to call in, go ahead and do that. Okay, if you want to call in, go ahead and do that. Line is open, 813-699-0834. I'd like to hear from you. And like I said, thank you, Don. I'm not lying. Why would I lie? Why would I lie? Okay, and I like this stuff. Now, this was from the press. Matt is talking about the Mayock press conference. Yep, something that I stated a long time ago. I thought that Kwiatkowski would be the middle linebacker. Yeah, Randall is definitely a free safety. He's going to be playing safety, according to Mayock. I heard that portion. Yeah, and thank you. Stumbling Upward. Hey, Stumbling, I didn't get your information for the giveaway. Make sure that you make sure that your information is public. Okay. Okay, great. More people are coming over to YouTube. I now, Dave, you were on both. You were on both. No, you didn't win. Raider Javi won because the people that were 1, 2, and 3 never gave me or never pushed in any information. G Mike is here. G Mike, please come over to YouTube. It's a lot. It's friggin' clear as day on YouTube. It's clear as day on YouTube. That's why I was checking at least. Well, at least I'm happy that we have an output on Facebook, because it was no output at all the other day. And at least now you're getting something. I'm going to see if I can make it clearer, but I don't want to F with it. G-Mike came over, thank you. Barbara Bennett, thank you for being here again. Please come over to YouTube. It's so much clearer on YouTube. I'm not lying. If you want to call in, please do. I mean, because I'm here. I'm going to be here for an hour, at least till 1 o'clock Eastern time, because I have to submit my war report. This is my lunch break. I'm doing this on my lunch break. 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. You can see the number. Jack Varel, I appreciate, comes in a lot. Greg Finelli, good to see you. Barbara would love to hear from you. Sarah would love to hear from you. Who else is it? Now, Joe Jean-Pierre, because he's in Europe, he has a bit of an excuse for not calling. It's probably very, very weekly activity. See, Don Webb knows what it is. The War Report. He's an old military guy. If you want to call in, please do, because I have interaction with my callers. And that's what the show is about. Otherwise, I'm just talking about, it's kind of like a Seinfeld show. I just talk about nothing, because there's not a lot of information out there. There is. Now, if you were talking about what Matt was talking about, was please make sure, VDub it is. It's early because I wanted to see what the output was, because Vince, the other night there was I had a lot of it was horrible technical difficulties, and you can see here that it was, what do you call it? It's a lot clearer. And I bet you the audio is better too. I bet you the audio is a hell of a lot better too. Abram to free safety. Well, I don't know, because remember, he is the guy. Thank Matt. That's what Matt said. He is the guy that will match up. He will take on those tight ends. Okay? He will take on those tight ends. I don't see him going to free safety. Because isn't the strong usually is the guy that picks up the tight end. Crappy streams over Twitch the last few days. Well, honestly, Vince, I haven't. I looked at my Twitch. Nobody follows me on Twitch. Nobody follows me on Twitch. Okay, well, we got a call, and it's who I thought it would be. Jared, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
What's going on, Captain Jack? How you doing?
I'm doing an early show because I wanted to make sure that the video was working, because as you know, see, I was right. Don Webb says strong safety equals for the tight ends. As you know, the video output the last couple times that I've been on was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, it was a tough one last night. That's okay. We got Friday afternoon and a lunchtime with the cap, so that works. Should call that one for the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm here next Friday, I'll try to do a noon show. It'd be nice. But, wake up for the folks out on the West Coast. You wake up at the crack of 9. You can see the show, and you can talk what you want. So, Jared, I know that you've wanted to say things for the last couple times. And, Jared, if you got things to say tonight, don't spoil it unless you have some more stuff you want to get on tonight as well.
Well, I'm not spoiling anything tonight, however. Night one of the draft is next Thursday, so we're going to see what happens, however.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So next week we'll find out who goes where the first night of the draft, however. But I've been hearing a couple of trade rumors around this and that, how it's flip-flopping here and there. So I think we'll know after Thursday night who goes where and what team drafts what.
Yeah, now here's the thing. Are you... Why hasn't Pittsburgh signed Winston yet?
That's a good question. Everyone's been saying that here, too. I was listening to some of the shows yesterday in Pittsburgh, and some people are asking that question, too. I mean, I don't know if they're going to wait till after the draft or sometime before this next week to make a pick. I don't know what they're going to do because they gave up that first rounder.
Right.
I mean, unless they're really sold on going after maybe Hurts in the second round, maybe possibly. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I would say that I'm going to get this ready. I'm not ready to pull it right now. I'm getting my graphics ready. I actually made sure that the graphics were working. And are you watching on YouTube or are you watching on Facebook?
Actually, I'm out and about taking a walk around my neighborhood. However, I was watching on YouTube earlier.
Yeah, and it's a great Iger sanction. Don, you watching? Don Webb was talking about the Iger sanction. It is a great movie. Are you watching that now,
Don? Don Webb and I have been trading movies with each other for the last few days.
Yeah, I actually remember that. That's the guy with the albino guy. Is the guy that puts out the sanction.
Mayor David. He was in Rocky. He was also George Jenkins, the promoter, however, who told Sylvester Stallone to fight Apollo in the first Rocky.
Yeah, now wasn't he also the owner in The Natural?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since The Natural, but yes, I believe so. Yes, however, he was.
Yeah, he was the owner in The Natural too. So yeah, he there's at least three things that we've seen him in. Is he was the owner of the New York Knights in The Natural. He was the guy, the heavy in the Iger sanction, and he was the promoter with the cigar in the original Rocky. Hey, Mojo's on, too. Outstanding. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, Tina, Don Webb and I were talking about Hollywood figures. We know that Brian Dennehy passed away just a few days ago, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah, I think I got the news last night, and this is our norm, folks. This is our norm. There's not a lot of sports to talk about, so we talk about movies. And you got to do something to keep your sanity in place. You got to do something to keep your sanity in place. So for those that are watching on Facebook, first off, please come over to YouTube. And the other thing is that if you're not on YouTube, you're not going to get the Raider Prize. Now here's the thing: if now let's say Jared won the Raider Prize, okay? I would give Jared, because I know he's a Steeler fan, I would give Jared the option of like a cash, like a cash substitute of approximately what the prizes are worth. Now, I mean, it would be exactly that because I got a lot of these things I want to give away. So, Raider meme page on a Thursday. Okay, yeah, well, Stumbling Upward, make sure you show that. Show me the meme. I'll give you, he's talking about getting shout-outs. And if you are watching, please get over to YouTube. Christine just came in. The stylist, Miss Ulibarri. Hopefully I pronounced that right, or Ulibarri. Beautiful lady that's a stylist. Hey, Christine, where are you a stylist at? My hair is very long now, and I can't get a hold of my stylist. And Cherie came in as well. So, now, you were talking about trades. Now, save that for tonight, though, as well, because you're there, folks, I will have a show tonight to make up for last night, and I want to hear from people. Okay? That was there. So, like I said, was saying now, you're saying about the trade. I want to hear about that later on, and you're up over 5 minutes anyway. So I'm not gonna. Well, actually, I want to make sure that this is working. So I'm gonna transition. So there you go. I put out my knock out the caller, Jared, just so to make sure it was working.
No problem.
Okay, but make sure that you call in tonight as well. Again, I will have my show Look for it. Good morning to you, Axel. Axel is calling in from or popping in from Europe. Would 8 o'clock Eastern be better for you, or is 9 still a good time?
No, 8's a good time because I do my wrestling talk show at 9, so I'll get in around a little after 8 o'clock hour because our wrestling show is at 9. And we were talking about one of the wrestling units in the announcers, Howard Finkel, passing away yesterday. Howard, so we're going to discuss that tonight, Howard, at 9 o'clock on our other show.
Okay, well then, Well, I'll make it for 8 o'clock Eastern. At least I know that the video is going out. YouTube is clear as fuck. It is clear as fuck. So I got that going for me. So hopefully I will hear from you tonight as well, Jared. Thank you for calling in. At least I know that is working as well.
No problem. I'll be sure to mention it.
All right. Thanks again, Jared.
Yeah.
All right. That is one of our regulars. That's Jared. For folks that know the show, I'm actually Raider Homer just gave me a text. He asked me if I'm going live tonight. We'll do 8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah. Why not? I mean, why not? The thing that's good for us is the fact that we're sitting at home and we're starved. We're starved for anything to talk about. We're starved for anything to talk about. Let me make sure I get okay, we don't need the knockout anymore. Put that on, put this on. So I'm making sure I have the transition. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. What are you doing? And I ask this every show. Because I used to have, when I have my shows on, and I could probably, I can show you the room. By the way, the room is together. It's totally together. The only thing that I'm working on, and I want to give a shout to Ken Heverin, who I'm going to send my Raider locomotives to, and he's going to hopefully, hope and pray that he's going to get them fixed. Because the Raider locomotives are the only thing that is not working on the room. So I will do a what do you call it? A Facebook live video where I walk around. I've done it before, but now that the room is totally together, I want to show that. Cheryl came in. Cheryl Ellison from what is it? Vegas. Thank you for coming in, Cheryl. Like that. Actually, I should love that because Cheryl's awesome. Cheryl always comes in, and I'll for folks that give me some good mornings, thank you as well. If you want to call in, go ahead and do that. Please come over to YouTube though. It's a hell of a lot clearer. The audio's a lot better. But at least, like I said, at least now I'm actually having a show where the video is available because, like I said before, it was horrible. It was horrible. So that's the way it is. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Who is here? If you like the show, please give it a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, please give it a a share. Thank you there, Cheryl. Cheryl shares it up. And I'm asking, and again, what are you doing now that you're home? I'm actually on a lunch break. I'm actually on a lunch break. Let's see here. Somebody is calling. Unknown caller. Who am I talking to? Hello? Who am I talking to?
What's up? You're talking to Judd.
Oh, Judd, yeah, the gentleman that was, if I remember right, you called in earlier, and we were talking about Derek Carr the first time you called in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's going on, partner?
All right, I got a hot take. You ready?
Sure.
The Chargers and the Rams blocked us from moving back to Los Angeles in 2015, right?
Yep. Well, them in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, true. Okay, and the NFL. So, I know the Rams were a Los Angeles team first, but they left, right?
Yeah.
Los Angeles is cool, was cool again. But I noticed that the Rams are trying to like take over LA, as in like, you know, the Mexican culture. They're trying to pander to everybody, right?
Well, the Rams are trying to set that market because actually the most popular team in LA is USC, but the most popular NFL team in LA is the Raiders. That's true.
Yeah, and then I saw the Super Bowl commercial where they have this like Mexican girl and they're trying to like pander to that market, but it's just a corporate BS because the Raiders, they were there for the Mexicans with Tom, you know, hiring Tom Flores, giving him a coaching position, and then so my take is Los Angeles Rams are like the gentrification of Los Angeles. What do you think, Jack?
Well, I don't like to get into that's kind of like a racial geopolitical issue. I would say that the Rams are trying to take over LA not as a gentrification. They're just trying to do it for money because the Chargers have very little market in Los Angeles. The Rams are the number 2 team professionally behind us. But the Rams are doing everything in their power to try to get a bit more of the market share there. I can almost say that if and when, and I'll say if and when because I think it's more of when, the Spanoses learn that they're not making as much money in Los Angeles as they wish, if and when the Spanoses will sell that team, they will sell it to somebody that's going to put it right back into San Diego because the NFL doesn't like to lose that market in San Diego. That was always a fantastic spot for a Super Bowl. What I think that they will do is that they will knock down. See, I'm old. I call it Jack Murphy. Okay, I used to live right up the street from Jack Murphy, or Qualcomm was the last person that actually owned it. Actually, my roommate was a member of Qualcomm very early on, and if she had shares and she didn't F it up, she'd probably be like a very well-off, I won't say millionaire, but she'd probably be very well off right now. Anyway, I think that the Rams are just trying to solidify their market because they know that the Raiders are the team that they actually have to worry about as far as market share. So I wouldn't call it a gentrification. I would just call it a smart economic move, a financial move. And when you talk about pandering, yeah, maybe, but I would say that they're trying to make everything neutral. There's a large Hispanic population in LA, as you said, but LA is a mixed bag. There's a large Asian population in Los Angeles. There's a large Hispanic population in Los Angeles. Obviously, there's an Anglo population in Los Angeles, and there's an African American population in Los Angeles. So I think that what you're going to see is that the Rams are going to have more commercials about, make it like very diverse or inclusive, not diversive, showing everybody being a Rams fan. And it's funny because, you're going to see a lot of people. You're going to see a lot of people wearing brand new Rams gear, kind of like, and what Raider Bear was saying, how many people in the Bay Area were wearing brand new 49er gear when the 49ers when the 49ers made their upsurge. Everybody was wearing brand new 49er gear, man. And the day after the Super Bowl, did you see any of it? I'm not there. Judd, are you up in the Bay Area? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in the Bay Area. I'm in Central California. So I know what you're talking about, dude. I see all those. Back in 2014, I saw a bunch of Kaepernick jerseys,
Right.
The real OGs have like a Garcia jersey.
There you go. Yeah. Or even a Brody. I mean, other than Garcia was the best quarterback the Rams had, I think, since Steve Young. And, you had Young and Montana. But, real OG is like John Brody was there. I'm showing my age, Judge. I'm a bit older. How old are you, if I might be able to ask?
Yeah, like 23.
There you go. So you're new school, and there's nothing wrong with new school, but like I said, OG for Niners goes beyond Montana. It goes back to John Brody. It goes back to when Steve Spurrier was their backup quarterback, because everybody, when Brody would screw up, they wanted to see Steve Spurrier there out of Florida, the Heisman Trophy winner. That's OG, baby. That is OG. If you want to go OOOG, that's Y.A. Tittle before John Brody. Do you know these quarterbacks, or am I going beyond your realm?
You're going beyond, son. My OG is Garcia and Gore for the Niners, dude. That's my OG.
Well, hey, that's fine. I'm a historian. Go back and look at like I said. Now this will make you a lot smarter when you go up to these Niner fans and you say, "Listen, I know more about your team than you do, and I'm a Raider fan, buddy." And you can say, "Listen, Y.A. Tittle was the greatest quarterback for the Niners," and you could just throw this stuff out there and win bar bets, okay? And trust me, you'll win bar bets. You say, "Hey, who was the first really, really good quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers?" And if they say Joe Montana, said, "Dude, you have no clue." Throw out Y.A. Tittle, throw out John Brody, and you will win the bar bet, Judd. Trust me, it'll be great.
Hey, Jack, can I be honest with you?
Sure.
When I get older, I do not want to see people representing the Rams, dude. I'd rather see Niner fans than Ram fans.
Okay, well, why is that?
I don't know. I feel like they don't belong here.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Honestly, when the Rams left, and I'm throwing it out there because, again, I'm old. Do you know where the Rams were before they were in Los Angeles?
No. They were in St. Louis.
Well, okay. See, that's the thing. No, they weren't in St. Louis. The Rams were in Cleveland, dude. They moved. Yeah. They moved from Cleveland to Los Angeles because Cleveland wrapped up. You were a Cleveland Browns fan from the All-American Football Conference, okay? And they moved out of Cleveland because they had no market at all. So they went from Cleveland to Los Angeles, I want to say in the late 50s. Around that time, they predated the Chargers, because the Chargers were an original Los Angeles team for the AFL. And the reason why the Raiders were even a thought in the AFL was Baron Hilton, who was Paris Hilton's dad or granddad. I think it was granddad. Anyway, Paris Hilton, who was the owner of the LA Chargers, he wanted a natural rival. He wanted a natural rival for his Chargers, so he said, "Hey, give me a rival somewhere here in California." And the Minnesota team had backed out of the AFL, and they said, "Hey," the NFL said, "Hey, you want to be in a league? Come over to the NFL." So Minnesota went from being an AFL prospect over to the NFL, and the Raiders were actually technically the Seniors when they had their naming contest, which for I think it was like for a week they were the Seniors, and then it was the Raiders. They were the natural rival for the Chargers in the AFL. So that's why it was Hilton that made the Raiders an entity, or at least they thought of being an entity as a rival. But what I'm saying is that the Chargers were original LA. Even the Rams weren't original LA. They were in Cleveland. But yeah, I understand that. I don't think I said the Rams are going to do everything in their power, to me anyway, everything in their power to get as much of the market share there. But I don't think that they're going to be, like I said, the Raiders still own Los Angeles as far as teams. Hey, Judd, hopefully you'll call in more often, man, and I appreciate you calling in, brother.
No problem. Bye.
Take care. That was Judd calling in from, and I've heard from Judd before. It's good to hear from him. So again, if you're watching, Mike Sensabaugh is in on Facebook, and Tom Jones, who actually, if you guys go to my page on what do you call it, on Facebook. And by the way, again, if you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. It's a lot clearer. It's fuzzy. It's fuzzy on Facebook. You can see the graphics, but it's a hell of a lot clearer. Why? Because when I was having the technical issues, let me change my graphics here. When I was having the technical issues, I went to where? YouTube, to find out the best way for it to be put out. And it's clear as day on YouTube. It's clear as day. Mike Sensabaugh, call in about your Dolphins. I want to hear from you. If you're working, understand this. I'm going to be on for another, probably till 1. So I'd like to have one more call. I want to thank Jared for calling in. I want to thank Judd for calling in. So hey, we had the 2 J's call in. We got JD. There's another J. JD is over there on Facebook. Thank you for being there. Please come over to YouTube. And if you like what you see, give me a like. If you like what you see, give me a like. It'd be appreciated. Line is open, 813-699-0834. I'd love to hear from you. What are you doing? And by the way, I liked Judd's hot take about Los Angeles. Not necessarily being gentrified, but we're trying to get the market. Mike Sensabaugh, how you doing, brother? I appreciate you calling in, brother. How you doing, man? Are you at the? What are you doing? Are you at the store? Or are you doing something else?
Oh no, we got rid of the store a long time ago. I'm actually working. I work for the Bluebell Ice Cream now.
Oh, Bluebell! Great ice cream, man. I wish you could send me some.
You're still in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm kidding, because I can get, if and when I get out of the house, I can go to Publix and get it. In fact, I was getting Bluebell's. Which one was it? There was a particular one that I was getting, but then I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Somebody was calling in. No, I don't know why. I had that. If you're calling, stop, Mike. I don't know why I have like a ghost caller, but you're still online, correct?
I still hear you.
Okay. For some reason, occasionally I'll have like a ghost caller call in on Hangouts, and I can't get rid of them because it shows you, but I can't get rid of the other caller. So I apologize. What was I saying?
No worries.
I was saying about Bluebell had a issue with salmonella, so I stopped getting it.
Well, that's been like about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Let me tell you, we're the poster child of what a creamery is supposed to be like, of all the checks and balances, and nothing goes out of that, out of their factories or the creameries without, let me tell you, they did it, and they did it right. So
okay.
we got back up in here in this area a year ago, because we were out for about 4 years. But things are great, man. I love this job. It's probably one of the best jobs I've ever had.
Well, I'm glad. Like I said, I wasn't trying to denigrate Bluebell, because I know that when you have an issue like that, you come back stronger, because you got to get your base back, and it's been good. The only reason why I wasn't buying Bluebell anymore is, I'll be very honest, is that Publix brand Dulce de Leche, which is the caramel ice cream that's made within the Publix brand, is awesome. So that's why that's the only ice cream I eat, and like I said, if there wasn't any, I'd look for Bluebell. So I will give you props there.
I got you, but yeah, we came back strong as ever. As a matter of fact, with all this, coronavirus, let me tell you, my sales have like doubled since everybody's at home and they're just feeding their kids ice cream.
Well, hopefully that'll continue as well. It'll be a positive thing.
I'm hoping, but it's been good and stuff like that. The company, the benefits are great. I couldn't ask for a better job. For vending. And
you're still working.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm still. Okay. I got one more stop left, and then I'm calling it a day.
Well, good. Oh, so you're like a distributor on runs.
Yeah, I deliver grocery stores, some Walgreens. We don't have too many. We're only in a couple places up here, but the amount of volume that we're doing for the little amount it's just it's just really, really good. It's really surprising me. It's finally glad to work for a place that really, the company appreciates you. When you go into the store, people appreciate the fact they don't even care what happened 4 or 5 years ago. They're all excited. Oh, we're so glad you're back, and I miss the banana pudding and all the other different flavors. So
well, I'll have to
it's
try
been really, really good.
banana pudding. I'll have to try to. I've never had that.
It's like eating your mother's own, like if your mother made it fresh.
Okay.
So
well,
I'd let it set for a little bit, kind of get soft a little bit,
and then eat it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
you can get you can get it in the pints and stuff like that too. If you want to try it, try the pints out. That's what I tell everybody. If you don't want to spend that much money for
unfortunately,
for a half gallon, buy a pint.
Unfortunately,
it's cheaper than Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't recall Bluebell having pint size at Publix. I'll look for it, but I will. Trust me, if I find it, for you, I will do that. I will try to buy a pint size. Now, people are saying, "What the hell? We're talking ice cream." But you know what? I talk whatever the caller wants to talk about, and I steer them away. Mike, talk to me about your Dolphins, brother. I want to hear about this.
I'm excited about it, but then again, I've all these sites that I belong to on Facebook, all these, and I'm just tired of hearing Tua. I'm tired of hearing, until Miami calls me up and asks me my opinion and stuff like that. So whoever they pick in the draft, it will be my quarterback.
Okay. So are you thinking that Miami is are they gonna stay at 5, or are they gonna come up? Because remember, right behind them are the Chargers, and the Chargers are definitely going to take a quarterback. I think the Chargers are at 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you were correct in that one. It's just how bad. Like I said, I'm not sold on Tua. He might have all the skills, but he's had the ankle problems. He's had the hip problem. If this is my own humble opinion, like I said, Miami doesn't call me and ask me.
Right.
But I think that we just give Rosen a shot, right? Draft lineman, draft Isaiah Simmons or something like that. Whoever falls in our lap at 5. Don't give up. Then maybe later rounds trade a few, trade some of the picks for some picks for next year. So then if Rosen doesn't pan out, then we can go after Trevor Lawrence.
Well, yeah, I mean, and Trevor Lawrence is obviously going to be everybody's top. Whoever the most shitty team is for this year with that number 1 pick next year, everybody is going to go up to whatever team that is and say, we want your pick, and we're going to give you a bunch for it, because Trevor Lawrence right now is the number 1 pick in next year's draft. But you were talking, like I said, now you're saying if Josh Rosen is going to be your quarterback, and they still have they still signed Fitzpatrick, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
so why would you not put that big tackle? What's his name? The kid that's like 6'7" and can run like a very fast 40 and was doing all of those things. I mean, I would, if you're going to protect anybody, you're going to need to start along the offensive line. This is the year that I, as a Dolphins fan, if you're not going to take a quarterback, this is where you get the best offensive lineman in the draft, making sure that you're protecting whoever is going to be that person this year and next year. Why wouldn't you do that? Isaiah Simmons. Now you guys got, let's see here. According to Don Webb, and again, Dolphins have they have the 5th pick, and they have like the 18. They got a 3rd. I thought they had 3 first-rounders, but apparently I know it's a high 2nd. So
no, we got the 26th pick from Houston for the Kenny Stills and the I can't think of the guy's name. Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah, okay, but you also got a number 1 for Minkah Fitzpatrick, though.
No, well, that's the 18th pick.
Okay, because I knew you had at least your original pick, and then you had the Minkah Fitzpatrick pick. You had the Tunsil pick, so you had a lot There you go, Don. Thanks, Don. That's why I like this show, because I can talk while people look shit up for me. Appreciate it, everybody. Mike is saying that you guys got 5, 18, and 26. So you do got 3 first-rounders, man. I was going to say, you can get a ton of help. Like I said, for me, if you're not drafting quarterback at 5, I would go the best offensive lineman at 5, that humongous mountain that's supposed to be the really good pick. And I would get, again, maybe trade up those other 2 picks to trade up to get somebody else, because you don't want to pay 3 first-rounders in 5 years. You might want to pay 2, but not 3.
I agree with you, but because we could probably get a good offensive lineman at 18. I just think we take the best person at number 5, whoever it is, and we just take him. It doesn't matter what position. And then look at what happens at like 18, because I was listening to one of the podcasts, and there's a defensive lineman that's supposed to be incredible. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head.
Well, are you talking about Javon Kinlaw? Or because I don't think he's going to be there at 18. Oh, well, he might be there at 18. The kid out of South Carolina.
I think that's who it is.
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's if he continues to be there. I don't know, Mike. I don't know if he's going to be. If he's there, then yeah, I was telling people with the Raiders pick, with the Raiders picking at God, I even remember it was at 12. Yeah, I said if Javon Kinlaw is on the board, and this was when we were having the draft in Vegas, I said I am going to jump over the concrete fencing around the Bellagio. I'm going to jump into the Bellagio pool. I'm going to swim over to the stage, and I'm going to knock out whoever is trying to stop me from going into the stage. And I'm going to announce that the Raiders picked Javon Kinlaw with the number 12 pick. But this was obviously before all of the people had issues with the coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's interesting. I'm just real tired of hearing all that stuff that people put on Facebook, and sometimes if somebody gets, someone was talking smack about trying to get Jameis Winston. I'm like, what? I'm like, no way.
No.
I don't even pay attention. I just, like I said, I think Rosen needs a chance. There's some reason why we gave him a second and a third or a fifth last year to get this guy, and I'm thinking the reason they didn't play him, because when he played the game, he didn't play bad, with that offense that we had and stuff like that. Now you got more tools, you get some linemen and stuff like that, I'd give him a shot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've already traded for him. You've already given up stock for him. Everybody, I mean, he was the chosen Rosen out of UCLA years ago. Why not look to see what he has to offer? And he's a very intelligent, cerebral quarterback. Okay,
I agree.
So why not at least give him a chance? He's still young. He's going to learn the system more. Fitzpatrick is a great guy to plug and play when somebody is like, for when he was here in Tampa, Jameis would have like crappy games all in a row, and then they would throw Fitzpatrick in there, where Fitzmagic, what they called him, and he would win some games for you. But he's not a like full season quarterback. He's a utility quarterback. He's good for that.
I agree. But like I said, Fitzpatrick's got the Dolphin locker room. It's just, here was Devontae Parker was such a bust, for the last few years and stuff like that. And all of a sudden he comes out like gangbusters this year. So, and then plus Gesicki, who's my favorite tight end. I love that guy.
I like Mike Gesicki.
First of all, he's from Penn State.
Exactly. I like Mike Gesicki. Yeah, he was a fantastic pick. I liked him when he played for the Nittany Lions. He's like a Mike Ditka type. He will block, he will catch, he will run you over. He's just everything you want in a tight end. I like Gesicki. So you guys picked him up very well. Great person to have.
Exactly. So Well, like I said, they didn't call me. They're not asking my opinion.
Yeah,
I'll just, you know,
I'll
just like, you know, be in front of the TV set or whatever they're going to do, and you know, just hope, you know, if they pick Tua with the fifth pick, or they trade up to get, you know, Burrows, or, you know, what's that, Herbert or whatever.
Herbert,
hey,
yeah.
I mean, he's my quarterback. Then guess what? I'm rooting for that guy.
There you go. You root for the uniform, not the name on it.
Absolutely.
That's
so, except unless you're named Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Or Thomas.
Well,
but then again, when he was released from Miami, he could have gone to Minnesota. And if he would have went to Minnesota and played for the Vikings, and the Dolphins in Minnesota played in the Super Bowl, I would still be rooting for the Dolphins. But I would be happy that if they won, but I would still be rooting for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I hear you. And that's the way a lot of people are. Mike, I'm going to open up the line, but thanks for calling in, man. I think make sure you subscribe on YouTube as well. And we'd love to hear from you at night, you know, when you tell your Lady LaDonna, you know, there you go. Tell them that you're going to go in and talk to Jay, and I'm sure she might give you a reprieve once in a while.
I'm not going to tell her.
Okay.
Did I say that too loud?
No. Do whatever you need, brother. Hey, take care, brother. Good hearing from you.
You too. Talk to you soon.
All right. That was my buddy Mike, who is I know from Virginia. I used to work for him and his wife over. They had a wonderful sporting goods store, or not sporting goods, like a sports memorabilia, jerseys and trinkets and tchotchkes in Virginia. I worked for him. Mike and his wife, big Dolphin fans. We used to go at it. And then another dude, I can't remember his name. He was a big Redskins fan as well. So we had like a big triumvirate. We would talk football in that store. It was great. It's 1:00. I'll tell you what, I'll take one more call. And if you want to call in, but you got to do it within about the next couple minutes, because I really got to get my war report done. Okay? And then I really got to get back to work. This was supposed to be just for my lunch break to make sure that it was working. And again, it is working. The video, like I said, you can see the video on Facebook, but trust me, folks, I'm not lying. I swear I'm not lying. Please go to YouTube. It is so much clearer on YouTube. It is crystal clear in comparison to Facebook. Go to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube. It's free. And for Raider fans there, okay, if you got to subscribe, if Mike were to win a Raider prize, I'd give him like a certificate for something else, because I know he don't want Raider stuff in his house, but I'd give him. That's why I said I'll make it worthwhile. If Mike was to win and he's a Dolphins fan, I'd give him a cash or a credit card thing, gift card. Okay, subscribe. It's free. Go to youtube.com, and it is a much clearer picture. Trust me, the sound is better. Okay, this is our last caller. Who am I speaking to? I got was it a 501, 601 area code? I can't really see. Hello? You're going to have to turn your computer down.
Hello?
Hello, yeah, this is Captain Jack. Who's this? You're going to have to turn your computer down in the back. There's a what do you call it? A lag between live and what we got going on. Who is this?
There's what do you call it? A lag between live and what we got going on. Who is this? Hello?
Yes, this is Captain Jack. Who is this?
Yeah, did I get through?
Yeah, you got through. I'm talking to you. Turn your computer down. Turn what you're watching on down so you can talk to me.
Okay.
Turn
your computer down. Turn what you're watching on down. So
hello?
Yeah, down in Mississippi.
Yeah, hi. Dialing. What is? You said you're down in Mississippi, or it's dialing in Mississippi?
Yeah, this
Captain Jack?
This is Captain Jack. Yes, turn your computer down.
Okay, this is Dale down in South Mississippi.
Yeah.
What do you think about the draft coming up? A lot of people got us getting a cornerback at 12. What do you think?
A cornerback? Well, I tell you what, I would much rather. I don't mind a cornerback, but I would
cornerback. Not cornerback.
No, QB, no, not at 12. No, I think that this is not the year to get a quarterback. We have Carr and Mariota that are going to fight it out for the top position. We have Kaiser and Peterman that are going to see if they're even going to make the roster. At 12, you don't pick a quarterback because you can pick a good quarterback by trading back into the second round or even getting one in the third round. This is not the year to be quarterback shopping in the first round. You got a lot of picks that you need to make your defense better. I mean, if you get, I don't want a wide receiver with the first pick, but I would at least understand a wide receiver. But that's me.
Yeah, do you think they'll trade one of them pick 19 back to pick up an extra pick in the second or third round?
Yes. I've been saying this for months, and if you watch the show, make sure you come out. I'm going to have a show tonight, too. Make sure you watch the show. I've been saying trade 19 back for somebody that wants to move up. Get a second-round pick, maybe a pick next year, get a fourth-rounder. Because remember, we don't have a fourth-rounder either. We got 3 third-rounders. Trade that pick back, get a second-rounder, get a fourth-rounder, and maybe something else. But trade the pick back for more stock next year and do it there because there's a lot of talent there. It'll save you money. It'll get you picks. You can get maybe like a second rounder this year, maybe a second rounder next year, a fourth rounder this year. You can use that stock quality for the pick at 19. That's exactly what I would do. I've been saying it for months now.
Use that stock quality.
Okay. What about us picking up a running back maybe in the fifth round?
Well, yeah, we're going to get a running back. We still might be shopping to see what Crowell, because he's not with us anymore. He's a free agent, but we signed Crowell last year off of the Jets as a backup to well, it was going to be a backup to whoever we had, and then we drafted Josh Jacobs. I think that I think his name is Isaiah Crowell. Let's see what he still has, if he's still available. But we will have a running back that will be there. I don't think it's going to be a high pick. It could be a third rounder. It could be a fifth rounder. It could be maybe that fourth rounder if we were to trade back to get a fourth rounder. There are a lot of really good running backs coming out of college, and there's going to be some running backs available after the draft when teams say, hey, we drafted this guy and maybe we're going to cut a vet. So we're going to have a running back with Jacobs. One thing that Gruden did learn from his time in Tampa Bay when he had Cadillac Williams is that he ran Cadillac Williams to death. Him and Mike Allstott were ran to death in Tampa Bay. So Gruden has at least learned that you need to have more plug-and-play running backs. So he has Jacobs. He still has Richard there because we re-signed him. We're going to have a running back that we're going to use with Jacobs.
I tell you what, it's one thing that I would like. I had an idea of Frank Gore as a free agent, and he's not getting paid for $2 million. He'd be a good backup for us.
I wouldn't mind Frank Gore. People were saying that. It depends upon what he has left in the tank and physically. Now, mentally, he's good to go. He's a Hall of Famer based upon his longevity, okay? He's a very good running back. He's a good change of pace back. Is it what the Raiders want? I don't know, but we'll at least see. That's a possibility. But, again, there's going to be running backs available after the draft, because people are going to take their running backs, their new shiny running backs, and the guys that they have on their team, they're going to let go.
People are going to take their running backs, their new shiny running backs, and the guys that they have on their team, they're going to let go.
Yeah. Well, okay, thank you.
All right, hey, I'm gonna have a show tonight as well. Make sure when you call in, like I said, talk to me. Don't wait for the reaction on the TV or your phone, whatever you're doing it on. Like I said, watch me, talk to me, and no, we won't have to worry about that like 7 or 10 second lag time there. And thanks for calling in, Dylan.
We won't have to worry about that like 7 or 10 second lag time there. And thanks for calling.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, that was Dylan from Mississippi. Again, when you call in, turn your computer down, turn your phone. Just talk to me, okay? Because this way we won't have that lag. Because even when you call in on a radio station, they're 7 seconds ahead. Okay, that little buffer that they have just in case you swear. Okay, they're 7 seconds ahead. So talk to me. It's 10 after 1. I got to do my war report. Unless you call right now, I'm gonna. And again, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. Unless you call right now, I'm going to end the show. So I'll give it 5. Oh, actually, with the 10-second lag time, I gotta commit for that. So I will count to about 15. I enjoyed doing the show here. I will maybe do some shows during the like my lunch break here, and just making sure that there. If you are watching on Facebook, yeah, you can see it, but please go to YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Okay. Please go to YouTube. It's clearer. It's more. The audio's better. The video is 10 times better. Okay. So subscribe on YouTube, and it's free. So there you go. Oh, let me go here, and I'm gonna get the camera squared away. So we do our outro. There we go. So we're doing our outro here. I've only used. I could use 2 cameras. So. But it's available. Thank you for joining me. And like I said, tonight, if you're watching right now, tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, I'll have a show. And we'll do some more calls. Hopefully, if you didn't get a chance to call in now, or you're at work and you can't call in, again, I'm at work. I was doing this on my lunch break, okay? So good afternoon to you as well, Chris. Make sure you come over to YouTube. Thank you for joining me. We'll see everybody tonight. Like I said, at least I know that the video is going out. I'm a lot happier. So we'll see everybody next time on the show. I got to change the information on YouTube because it still says that it's April 16th when it's really April 17th. I'll get that squared away. Y'all take care. We will see you tonight. And for further shows, stay in, stay healthy, stay safe. Stay in, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll see y'all next time. Take care.